All right, 5 minutes. That's all I need, 5 minutes of your time to show you how the breath has become my favorite superpower. So here's how we're gonna roll. I'm going to tell you my story, and then close with 3 simple tricks you can start today. No weird chanting, no musty incense, just 3 ways to cook your own calm on demand. Back in the day, I used to brag that my heart only knew 2 beat-per-minute settings, caffeine and extra shot. But at 34, my blood pressure spiked. BP 158/97. That's code for you're toasted. On the plus side, they only had to write the word hypertension once. It wasn't like they were handing out speeding tickets. For some context, I ran a startup, hosted a podcast, commuted in a paper airplane mode, and powered through social anxiety with tequila. Not exactly the poster child for balanced living. My doctor's advice: meditation, exercise, diet, basically everything I hated doing. Except he left out one detail. He scribbled on the prescription pad, "Follow up in 3 months." This wasn't a speed trap. It was the Hunger Games. The good news, if I played my cards right, my blood pressure could reset before my follow-up. So I went full send on celery, treadmills, and YouTube yoga videos. Then came the plot twist. 1 month in, my blood pressure plunged 30 points. By December, I was back down to 118/76. No pills, no gizmos, just 5 minutes of intentional breathing every day. If you think oxygen's only job is keeping you vertical, hang out. I'm going to show you how it taught me to actually live. If you're new here, I help people learn to thrive with chronic illness because I've been there. In the trenches, I've got scars to prove it. And I see a lot of patterns. Chronic conditions are often a blessing in disguise. They force us to learn stuff we should have known all along. For example, being diagnosed with asthma taught me how to breathe properly, which has improved my athletic performance. Multiple sclerosis taught me about my own neurology, and high blood pressure gave me access to amazing tools that anyone can benefit from, whether they're in the hospital or hanging on a mountaintop. After my BP scare, I became a certified Wim Hof method instructor. I dove into clinical trials and spent hours on end poring over research papers until I boiled it down to practices that fit my cubicle-bound life. So first things first, my morning routine. Every day after I drag myself out of bed, I head straight to my desk and work on this. It takes less than 5 minutes and it sets the tone for the whole day. Before we dive into my go-to breathing exercises, let's talk about the basics. First, find a comfy spot, sit tall, feet flat on the ground. Close your eyes if it feels safe for you. Now, here's the golden rule. Don't force it. The whole point is relaxation, not adding stress. So if you're feeling tense, gently work those kinks out. Shoulders down, stomach soft. Think of it as a mini body scan. Notice any areas holding on to tension, like a grumpy quad or a tight chest. Gently guide them to relax. Breathe easy, breathe deep, and let go of any distractions. Now, why is this important? Well, our nervous system has 2 main modes: fight or flight and rest and digest. When we're in stress mode, our breathing gets shallow and fast. It's like our body's prepping for a sprint. But staying there for too long isn't healthy. That's where my morning routine comes in. It helps flip the switch to rest and digest. So if you think of your body as a car, this is like switching from sports mode to cruise control. It's time to relax. Here's what I recommend: cyclic sighing, box breathing, and the 4-7-8. Let's start with cyclic sighing. Inhale through the nose for 2 counts. Take a sneaky little top-off sip, then exhale slowly through the mouth for 4 counts. Repeat that cycle 5 times. Imagine it like a balloon, letting all the air out. You should feel your shoulders dropping and your jaw relaxing. Next up, box breathing. Picture an imaginary square. As you trace it, breathe in for 4 counts through the nose, hold it for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold that breath again for 4. It's like a mini workout for your lungs and your brain. Navy SEALs use it to stay focused during tough missions. I use it to power through emails. It's my secret weapon against morning overwhelm. Last but not least, the 4, 7, 8. Empty your lungs, inhale through the nose for 4 counts, hold it for 7, and whoosh it out for 8. Do this 4 times and watch as your body unwinds. The first time I tried it, I woke up drooling on my pillow with no memory of face planting on the mattress. Talk about a smooth landing. There are tons of other breathing exercises out there. I mean, we're talking hundreds. But these 3 are my jam. They helped me land a gig hosting a TV show in Times Square, pump out multiple books, and even navigate the twists and turns of dating after divorce. And the best part, they don't require much time. I usually squeeze them in during commercial breaks or while waiting for a call to go on the air. Time is precious, especially when you're juggling a million things. So why waste it on breathing? Because that's the oxygen that keeps the engine humming. These breaths aren't just exercises. They're mental timeouts. They remind me to check in with myself, not just power through. It's like hitting pause, recalibrating, and hitting play again. On the data front, I pored over nearly 100 research papers. I'm a data nerd, so I know my way around a good study. Here's what stood out. Paper number 1. Cyclic Sighing halves your respiratory rate and beats mindfulness apps at cheering you up. Paper number 2. The goofy plastic tube called inspiratory resistance training shaves up to 9 millimeters of mercury off systolic blood pressure in just 6 weeks. That's almost med level. Paper number 3. Longer exhales juice heart rate variability, which is the quiet handshake of cardiovascular resilience. Basically, it's like squeezing a stress ball. It's hard to do, but the payoff is worth it. I know numbers can get boring, but these studies got me excited about numbers. Here's my favorite bit. Your lungs are a pharmacy that never closes, and the side effect list is blank. Before I spill my daily 3 toolkit, let me address a few FAQs. Can breathing really replace meds or therapy? Nope. It's not a one-size-fits-all magic bullet. It's like trying to fix a leaky faucet with a hammer. Sometimes you need a wrench too. However, it's a powerful addition to your wellness arsenal. It's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket. What if I'm already on meds? Awesome. Breathing is like adding a turbo boost to your existing treatment plan. Your doctor probably won't mind. What if I'm a chronic illness warrior and I can barely catch my breath? No worries. There are gentle breathing techniques out there that work wonders. Think of it like taking baby steps. Start small and go slow. It's not about becoming a breathing guru overnight. It's about finding what works for you. How long does it take to see results? Some folks experience shifts in a few weeks. Others might wait a couple of months. It's a bit of a mystery because everyone's different. So here's what I do daily. Tool number 1, cyclic sighing. Inhale through the nose for 2, sneak in a little top-off sip, then exhale through the mouth for 4. 5 cycles. I try to practice this whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed, like a mini mental reset. Tool number 2, box breathing. I'll do this for 2 minutes and my brain reboots faster than a triple espresso. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold that breath again for 4. Tool number 3, the 4, 7, 8. This is my bedtime ritual. Empty the lungs, inhale through the nose for 4, hold for 7, whoosh out for 8. 4 rounds and I'm usually asleep before my head hits the pillow. So let's track some numbers. For 90 days, I tracked my blood pressure manually with a $20 cuff and a $40 smartwatch. The goal was to bring down my blood pressure naturally without meds. Here's the scoop. By week 4, my blood pressure slid from 158/97 to 128/84. Not bad, but not quite where I wanted to be. So I kept going. By week 12, I was sitting pretty at 118/76, all without popping pills. Plus, my resting pulse dropped from 89 to 62. And let's not forget about the savings. I spent about $180 on powdered Calm that tasted like lawn clippings. So my lungs took over as my favorite pharmacy. I was on to something. However, I couldn't stop thinking about how much easier it would be if I could automate this process. That's when I stumbled upon an AI companion. With its help, I didn't have to remember random numbers. It guided me through breathing exercises based on how I was feeling. Now, let's get practical. How do you kick off this journey without drowning in information? Simple. Start with one drill and glue it to a daily cue. For example, every time the kettle boils for coffee, I do a round of cyclic sighing. It's my 60-second chill pill before caffeine fires me back up. Or maybe the whistle blows at the gym. That's my cue for a quick box breathing session. It's my 2-minute mental reset before crushing my workout. The key is to find what works for you and stick to it. Consistency is the name of the game here. Now let's look at the numbers. 90 days of consistent practice dropped my BP from 158/97 to 118/76. That's a drop of almost 40 points. On top of that, my resting pulse dipped from 89 to 62. Not bad for someone who ditched medication. Plus, I saved around $180 on bottled calm. My lungs officially became my favorite pharmacy. So here's the deal. My secret weapon against health challenges is a mix of medical care, cool tech, and intentional breathing. I see it as my personal shield and armor. And if you're curious about the tools I use to stay on track, well, I've got a whole video dedicated to that. It's like a backstage pass to my digital health den. So hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me today. And remember, your next inhale is free, automatic, and closer than your phone.